What's up, YouTube? I'm back and I promised a video that didn't have to do with my pores, well, at least not in the beginning. So in this video, I'm going to show you some of my pickups and also answer a couple of not so friendly questions because I do think I should touch on this because I'm sure there's some other people wondering the same thing. But before we get to that, let's start off with what we have here. During that last government sale where they had, I think it was like $3.95 or $3.99 for a tube of 20, that's what I picked up. And ultimately, I like to keep them in the tubes. I used to take them out and open them up, but nowadays I don't use the capsules and the red airtights, mainly because they cost too much and they take up more space than necessary. So unless they're older types of government coins with smaller mintage that I want to keep in better condition, I'm probably going to keep new issues in the tube they come with, and the older ones may be put into some capsules. That one I'll take on a case-by-case basis, but for the most part, I still have a bunch of 39 millimeters that I still have to use. So for now, I'm out of Eagle size, which are the 40.6 capsules, so that puts a stop to that. I don't use these anymore. I got a bunch of empty ones. The only time I would recommend capsules and or a tube is if you want to display them or if you want to sell them individually, so that you can handle them and you can let people handle them without worrying about damage to the coin. So before I mentioned I wasn't purchasing too much, but now recently I picked up not too long ago, right before the most recent uptick. And that's because I felt that there was a good deal, and at the time I finally paid off some of my bills. But this time I've been sticking to regular bullion instead of numismatics and semi-numismatics and grading coins, and I'll tell you later in a little bit. For now, the next piece that I picked up from Pinehurst Coins is the Red Dragon. Now, I've been wanting to complete this set, and I'm probably going to do it in a 1/4 ounce. This one was at a good price. I believe I picked it up at $3.35. I missed the Griffin at $3.25. I'm kind of kicking myself in the behind for that, but I'll most likely make it up with the E-Bucks and just pick that up to complete the collection. Now, you'll notice that I don't pick up the 2-ounce coins or the 1-ounce coins. I've been debating that really hard, and mainly the 2-ounce coins I'm too worried about spotting, and then the 1-ounce coins I'm worried about liquidity. I would probably end up going for the 1-ounce gold buffalo or the American Eagle just because of liquidity. Some people say they want to hold on for a long time, but after doing this for a while, sometimes you just want to get rid of things quick and you don't want to have to look through coins. So here's one of the questions that I got, and you can take your time and read that, pause it if you need to look at it. I decided to block out the name just to be kind, but there are a couple of things in there. The first question says, I thought I had the PM game figured out and I'm not buying because I'm wrong. So that's not exactly why I stopped buying. I stopped buying because, one, I had property tax and bills, which I said long before. And two, the main reason why I stopped buying and flipping coins, specifically silver coins that had the highest margin, was because they tend to spot. And I can appreciate the hustle to work and flip and turn these things around, but what I can't do is hustle people. It doesn't make me feel right with that little thought in the back of my mind that these coins will or can spot up and it'll destroy any of that premium that I sold it for. If you've noticed in the past few months, I've avoided coins with high premiums that have the potential to spot exactly for that reason. That leads me to the next response to this person, where it says, maybe I could overprice my pores just like everyone else, and because I can direct lemmings to do so. Well, first off, get a life. You're a fucking hypocrite, and you should know that, because that channel that you're on sells shit at a higher price than I sell it. And this pisses me off more than anything because hypocrites are the worst. I like the community overall, but there are these people that always feel the need to tell other people what they should be doing with their money and how they should be collecting. We don't even like the government doing that. Who the fuck are you to tell us? You should have been a man and left that comment up so people can see what you really think of them. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm sorry I had to use profanity, but really, that made me really pissed off. Many of us who decide that we want to try something new and want to delve into something different, I think is perfectly fine. I think we spend a lot of time, spend a lot of effort, and a lot of money to try to get set up, and some people appreciate that, some more than others. If they decide to pay for our work, then, so be it. The market dictates. I wouldn't call them lemmings. I wouldn't call them anything of the sort. One of the biggest mantras is to buy what you like. And sometimes you'll overpay, sometimes you won't overpay. But, that's kind of the point, is to buy what you like and see if you get interested in it. So when people feel the need to condescend other people, it really annoys me because of their choices. I mean, some of them might not be the best, but that's a personal choice. One other thing is, we are a market and a local economy ourselves on YouTube, on all these other sub forums and different places. So we can tell these mints who are screwing us by leaving all these high premium coins and letting them spot on us on purchasers who spend lots of money and high premiums get screwed out of their purchase, because what happens? They spot, and what happens? It's no longer resellable. It's not an investment at all. The coin will lose its beauty and its attractiveness and all of its value, all after the fact that the mint doesn't give a shit if you spent your money and left you high and dry. So that brings me back to these community pours, of which most of us, or many of the people who pour and sell these, spend a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money, and a lot of love and appreciation into their craft and into their art. It's not like a factory where it's just stamp as many as you can go. Who cares if it spots later on? We just need it out now, and we need the money now. So in a way, you're right. We are channels, and we have an audience. And with those audiences, we can do many things. But what we want to do, or at least what I want to do, is the right thing. I try to provide information. And my pours myself, I'm trying to make it easy for people who decide they want to pick one up because they like it, and if they decide to sell it later on, that they don't have a problem, so that they can refer to one of these YouTube videos, see that it's the right weight and it's the right purity and it's been verified, because not everyone has access to that equipment. Each of us who pour has our own style and our own kind of unique stamp on things. So I don't really understand why there's a problem with having more pourers. If anything, we buy more silver, which creates a bigger market. At least until these mints decide to do the right thing and really clean up their act and clean up those milk spots. So when I was doing the hustle, it did take a lot of time. And since I had more free time, I decided to do some other things. And that I'm going to share, which is a little bit more uplifting than the previous comments. So let me start off by saying I have been volunteering more with some inner city kids and trying to teach them how to code. I've been doing that on some weekends. I've also been helping some new entrepreneurs learn about emergency preparedness and also how to use social networks. And also been just trying to relax. Up until I got those questions, it was pretty relaxing. I've been having a great time at the LA Marathon last week, and then this week I did Ciclovia and was able to just relax. I'm sorry about the rant and the harsh language, but it really bothered me when someone says one thing to your face and then says something else to someone else's face. So I had to let it rip. Anyways, I'll be back later with another unboxing from my previous purchases, and hope to see you on the next one.